Pentagon just posted on Google that they have 650 different sightings of UFOs.
Yeah.
So it's
Can we
real.
take one moment, please?
Yeah.
Excuse me, y'all. Spud Company, I want to thank y'all for coming out today. Wishing Clee a happy birthday. Yeah, God bless this man to be here with another year. You understand what I'm saying? And he's been taking advantage of his life every day this week. He's been partying like a rock star. You feel me? I'm talking about, man, he didn't put the motherfucking pedal to the metal. I can't even fuck with him. I can't even fucking lie, dog. I'm like, God damn, my G. He said, yeah, but this how you do it. This how I been doing it. So I'm going to show you how to do it from the best, man. So today we just hanging out with some our close friends and just hanging out, and we about to just have some open conversation. If y'all stay tuned, hopefully the topics could be what y'all want to hear. And if you got any issues or got a situation where somebody said, you can call in at 216-556-4386 and tap in and let your feelings be known on what this shit is if you don't like it.
Yeah.
You feel me? But we going to give it to you real, the truth.
Uncut.
You know what I'm saying? And uncut. You know what I'm saying? So
only way.
We here and we gonna open this up, man. Just giving God praise for everybody being here, and may everybody make it home safe today. So Clee, go ahead, man.
Go ahead. Do what?
Tell the audience, man, to stay in, man, too, to what we doing, man, and come and support, man.
Yeah, stay
Tell them
tuned.
what you got this panel for, man. What we doing down here, man?
This panel,
Yeah.
is to show you the real facts in life, and if you get depressed or whatever the situation might be, call us and we can help you out, lead you to the right road. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. A word of encouragement takes a person a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of some negativity, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then they holding their head down.
Yes,
Right.
about
You know what I'm
building
saying?
us
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
not breaking us down.
Right.
It's about to build us.
That's respect, man. That's always a word of advice to people. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be too quick to take somebody down. Help build up.
Yeah.
Don't look at the negative of a situation. Try to look at it on the positive side if that was you. Because sometimes some people make mistakes. They just didn't know which way to go. They just needed the guidance. But if you got the guidance and you can give them that direction, then you understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
Steer them right. You feel me?
Well, it take more energy, and it take more energy to be negative.
Right.
Much.
Yeah, negative.
You know,
Yeah.
it take more energy to frown.
That energy you can do something else with.
Yes.
Better know it.
Hey, man,
Yes.
I used that the other day with the motherfucker. I told him, man, if you take that same negative energy that you're using right now, I said you'll be rich.
Man, come
if you
on.
focus
Yes.
in on what you really supposed to be doing.
Right.
You feel me?
Yes.
That's 100.
Because that's some bullshit. You feel me, dog?
But you know, that's a learned behavior.
That's right.
You know what
But
I'm
it can be broken.
saying? It can definitely
Yes.
be broken,
Say that
Be
again.
broken.
Yes. All negative. Let's just say that too. All negative conversations, negative anything that's negative in your life, you can stop doing it. I don't care how long you've been doing
Yeah,
it.
even if
I don't
even if
care.
you was tall,
Yes.
yeah, you can still
You
break
can
it.
break that.
Yeah.
All of this.
Hell yeah. But you know, some people don't want to do nothing negative. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, it's kind of easier
Yeah.
to
For
do
some people, yeah, it is.
negative for a lot of people, man.
Shit, they like
It's,
negativity.
it's easier, man. Sometimes it take more structure to do some stuff that's violent.
Well, see, what happens is, people get so wrapped up into doing the negative that they start thinking that's the only way they can be.
No,
So
that's
it
what they're
becomes-
around.
Yeah.
But if you're around negativity,
Right.
you get that.
You
If
only
you're around
get-
positive things, you only gonna get nothing but positivity. But
right.
negativity is it's a bunch of motherfucking,
Some people don't want to be around positive because they be like positive is boring to them.
Well, I mean, do they know how much of how they can knock themselves being negative?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes they just be feeling like positive energy, and it can be boring to some. You know what I mean? That negative energy can just make a person feel like that's the energy they want to have because it's uplifting for them.
But what do it get you in the end?
They ain't looking
Nothing.
at that. They ain't looking at that.
They ain't looking at it, but they'll feel it.
Because positive energy can be very exciting and very, it can change your life.
Pretty much.
Life changing.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm just saying
Okay,
what
that should
I
be
know
good
from,
right there. Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
experience. Like, you try to talk to some people about some positive stuff, they don't want to hear nothing but negative energy.
Well, those are the ones you stay away from.
Well, yeah, we got that, but I'm just saying, like, we still got to walk. We got to lead by example as humans, though. You know, we all have a job to do, I feel. You know what I'm saying? We all got
So
a
it
job.
started in the people's household. It started at yours, right? Before you can tell somebody else's about theirs.
Man, say
Yeah,
that again.
yeah, it starts at home.
Well, start with you, because first
Yeah.
before you can go to your house, before you can go to that part, you have to look in that mirror, and that's what is wrong with a lot of people. They don't want to look in that mirror. They don't want to face all them mistakes, all them disappointments, all them breakdowns, and all them. They don't want to face that. Instead of looking at it positive, though, if you look in that mirror and you see something you don't like, you can change it.
All right, my granddaughter called it monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you see somebody else doing, it's how you doing it. But it might be some shit that'll get you fucked up for life.
Pretty much.
Well,
Yeah,
it can
you
kill
understand what
you.
I'm saying?
It
Like,
can
if you
kill
find
you.
somebody that's
like
doing
these
drugs,
kids that's dying.
and you start doing them, now
like
you
this
feel
little 13-year-old boy in Ohio did the Benadryl challenge from TikTok.
Right.
He did
And
what? I ain't hear about that.
Yeah, it's called a TikTok
He
did
Benadryl.
what, bro?
TikTok Benadryl challenge, and you're supposed to take Benadryl
On TikTok?
tablets. Yeah, it's a challenge that's going around on TikTok.
Sorry to hear
And
that about them
he
too.
was 13. You know, played football. They had a picture of him in his football uniform and stuff. And he did that challenge, and he died because what they don't know is, you know, Benadryl is not, you know, to be, you know, that Benadryl, you can knock you out.
So it put him to sleep.
It messed him up.
Any
and,
drug.
and any drug can.
Right,
yes.
right.
They
Yeah,
use
no
they use
Benadryl,
Benadryl, put it
fuck with
in
that shit.
and chop it up and put it in other stuff. That's why for a long time you was seeing that you had to get the tab out, the card out, and take it to the pharmacist to fill it, because they used a lot of that allergy tablet
Benadryl,
stuff
they
to
had that shit
they
locked
use
up.
all that stuff to make meth.
Yeah.
Make meth.
Yeah,
I
that's
never
crazy.
even knew that.
Well, like you said, a lot of stuff start at home. A lot of people don't talk to their kids.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people feel like, and
Yeah.
especially when you got them 14, 15, 16, they feel like, okay, you old enough to understand right from wrong. No, that's the most time that you really need to keep your eye
Yes.
on them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
they
I-
outside
you
and
can
they
say
can
that.
be.
Let's say that, but sometimes, like, your household tell you this, that, and the other, but then you be at a certain age, sometimes you be like, I don't want to believe what you say.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's a teenager.
Right.
Yeah. That's a teenager. That's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, sometimes they got to bump their head. I mean, which is sad, because sometimes you can learn by other people's mistakes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yes.
some people don't even want to consider what you say. I'm talking about
Yeah, I got one.
kids,
No, I'm ready.
your cousins. I mean, sometimes they disregard what you say.
Yeah.
And something as simple as that worked for you. Why you think it's gonna work for me? Well, somebody had to teach me,
Exactly.
and it worked for me from they teaching.
Absolutely.
So it's not like I created. I had to learn from somebody, and
Yes.
it worked for me. So I'm telling you that it worked for me. Try it.
Someone lead by example.
It might work.
Right.
Hey, Reed,
But a lot,
bring your chair around too a little bit, like Clay said, like
yeah, but a lot of times they don't be wanting to.
Come
a
on.
little bit more.
A lot of times it's crazy though. I mean, but then you got to think about society.
Well, and you know, society is telling the kids, like, really, like you said, they don't want them to listen to us. But you have to listen to your elders. You have to. But that's what this new social media and society is trying to get our kids to be so rebellious. And the only reason why they want to get them to be so rebellious because it's money involved. It's money in that.
Control.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's the sole purpose of the 696 kids, was to control our kids, tell us we can't discipline our
Well, and
kids.
that's why they told it in school. in school when they took the paddling out. I just said that earlier too. They took the paddling out. You couldn't pray in school. They took all that out of the schools, and a lot of the dynamic changed. A lot of the dynamic
Bro,
changed.
that shit helped. That shit helped a lot of people.
It did.
Shit,
It
y'all
did.
ain't
It did. It,
You know you about to get a
You say
swat.
paddling, or
That
you say
paddling.
paddle or no paddle?
Paddle. I said
paddle.
paddle.
So I'm saying you agree or disagree?
I
I'm
used
saying,
to.
like,
When
it
we,
helped.
I done
I'm
picked
saying
that
it
paddle
helped a lot of
before.
people.
It
I'm
did.
saying, motherfucker didn't want
Show
no
him.
fucking
I didn't.
paddles, dog.
Yeah.
Don't nobody
Yeah.
want that.
My
Nobody
daughter
want
told me that
that.
about my granddaughter.
Nah.
She was like, Dad, I don't want to grow up whooping her and all that. I had to respect it because it was only my granddaughter. But I just felt like, I don't know, it's working so far so good.
Man,
She 11 years old now, but I'm just saying, we grew up with discipline. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
That was
shit,
part of the
Yeah.
I ain't
plan.
want that pain at the end of
Yes.
the day,
That was
whatever
part
it
of the
might
Exactly.
be,
Right.
depending on who it was
Exactly.
coming
you gonna
from.
get your ass. You gonna
Exactly.
get some.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you feel
I
me?
mean, because right now, man,
But, you know what I'm
the
saying? I
kids
guess
the
feel
middle
like
game
it's
work.
no repercussions
They
to
do.
their actions.
They don't even have respect.
No,
don't
and
have
that's
no
what
respect.
that's what we was talking
That's
about
what's
the
scary,
video
though.
with the
Shit.
substitute teacher. Black young girl, 14, 15 years old, looked like she go up to the teacher trying to get the substitute teacher. She done got her phone took. That's another thing with these phones too. Oh God, these phones is ridiculous. So
Games.
yes, and she goes up to the teacher and she cussing.
Should
At
they
the
have
teacher.
phones or not have phones in school?
See, I'm
Is it
I'm
catch to that?
I'm
half and half with that.
half with that,
because it's a
man.
distraction, and
Yeah.
and everybody
But then it
knows it's a
can be something
distraction.
that can save
but
somebody,
then
too.
it's something
Yeah.
with these shootings and all this
Yeah.
crazy people running up in these schools for no reason, just because they done lost their mind and they woke up that day and decided, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, I seen
You
this on
know?
TV, and it looked like fun. Or I seen it
Yeah.
in my video
Yeah.
game.
But a lot
Yeah.
This shit look like
But
fun.
like I say, a lot of that,
Fuck out of here.
a lot of things start at
Yeah. And a lot of parents are not taking the time. And I can see the difference too because I have two granddaughters. One is they's 7 months apart, but one is 10, one is 11. And I can tell the difference.
Do
with
money have
how-
something to play with this, though?
With
Where you come from, your background, your situation, can that dictate how you may raise your
definitely,
kids?
definitely,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
You understand what
definitely,
I'm trying to say? So money
definitely,
plays an issue.
definitely,
So now when you got
definitely.
these family that doesn't have this money or income now, what they supposed to do? What they show their kids? So how
Well,
do
still,
we-
even
you
without
understand
money.
what I'm saying?
Well,
So
without
More
money,
value.
yeah, it don't
so-
cost money.
I mean, even
Yeah.
when you back in the
Yeah.
day, man, when you ain't have a lot of money, your parents made the best of the situation.
Yeah.
But the
Like
moral,
what?
the
Give me an
morals.
example
I'm
of a
just saying the
situation.
morals and values. I'm just saying.
There it
How
is.
about manners?
manners,
Right.
morals,
Yeah.
How about
values,
morals and values,
Respect.
man? I mean, that don't cost no money.
nothing.
No, and that don't cost.
Respect.
But this the thing too. And
Adults,
and
when you
this
as
is-
a kid, you gonna respect an adult. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, along the way, and it came with people that's like our age. Some came along the way, and I did it a little bit too with my daughters because I'm in my 50s, and I did it a little too with my kids. Thank you. I did it too with my kids. I kind of didn't want them to have the type of hardship
That
that
you
I
went
did, that I went through. So when I could, and when I can,
Pacify 'em.
I don't, not pacify them, but it was like, I ended up being a single mom for a while. So
Right, but do they know the hardships that you went through? How did
They-
you show them not to do it?
yeah.
Did you have to show them or tell them, or did
No.
they actually physically live it or see it?
They
We
actually,
lived it.
they
Me and
actually
mine lived it.
physically
Okay.
saw everything that I was going through. They were right there. So when the situation came where I was blessed to be able to do nice things, extravagant things for them, I did it. And it wasn't because I felt guilty. It was because I felt like they deserved
They
it.
deserve
Right,
it.
Because
That's
we've
me.
been down.
That's me.
We
Right.
baby, listen, we've been down
Yeah,
for
I
flexing
got
this
some
baby,
stories,
baby.
I'm telling
you.
And
Hold
guess
up.
what?
We made it.
Now we made it.
Yeah.
We made it, babies, and now we about to ball, babies. That's what we about to
Yeah.
do.
That's it, we had
Ain't
And
no
that's
motherfucking
and
doubt.
that's how.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I bought them. You know what I'm saying? All kind of
Done everything.
stuff,
Yeah.
cars,
You
all
blessed
kind
them.
of stuff.
Yeah.
And I felt like they deserved it. And I felt
They
like they
deserved it,
earned
right.
it because They didn't go out in the streets and bribe
Do a lot of
nobody.
You get praised
They didn't go out in the
thanks that they didn't turn out. You was glad
yes,
that you were able to do
they
that
went
for
to,
them.
They
so
went
they
to
can
work.
Go the right path to see good
Right.
things, to do
Yes.
good things.
They
But
went
you
to
had
work.
show them that.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you only can be, like I tell people like
That's
this,
good
right?
stuff.
You only
That's
can
what I
do what you
did,
see.
so.
Yeah.
If they don't see this, then how they know how to do it?
Yeah,
You understand what I'm
exactly,
saying? So if you doing
exactly.
negative shit around, they
I
see
tell,
that,
I
that's
tell
what
my
they do.
son,
You
I
feel
tell
me?
my son all the
So
time
it's just that
that
simple.
they're gonna do and treat you how they see you treat people and how you act. That's
But do
what
that
they
come
gonna
with
do.
maturity? Because
It
we
comes
already
with-
did some stupid shit when we was
Yeah.
young. Come on
Well,
now.
Yeah,
well,
we did.
We already
guess
did
what?
some motherfucking stupid
And
shit
guess-
that we might
yes.
regret or done.
Yes.
You
Shit
understand
you
what
know
I'm
you ain't
saying?
had no
Yes.
business
Yeah,
doing.
Yes.
you feel me? Some
And you
serious
might not
Yes.
even had no repercussions.
Right.
But
You
at the
still
same
pay for it though. Even all
Somehow,
that stuff you
some
thought
way.
you got
Yeah,
away
yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
everything that I thought I got away with, I never did. I never did. So guess what that taught me?
What's that?
Taught me to damn do the right thing. Even when ain't nobody looking. Even when ain't nobody looking. Do the right thing.
I got a
So-
little testimony like my uncle.
Okay, let's hear it.
My uncle, he had been out of Cleveland for probably like 30-something years. I used to talk to him on the phone, but I never saw him. My father's brother. So he got out the Fed joint and came back to Cleveland to take care of my grandmother, which was his mother. So he get back here within, let's say 90 days. He fall off the upstairs porch and break his neck. So he paralyzed from the neck down. He can move his arms, neck, you know what I'm saying, but can't move his body. But I'm just saying,
My husband, that happened to my
well,
husband.
I'm just saying, listen
He
to
broke
this.
his neck and was
The wrong
paralyzed.
thing that I got out of this, he was like, nephew, I've been a raunchy ass nigga in this life.
Wow.
That's
real. That's real.
I'm just saying, go
I'm
ahead,
just
man.
saying,
That's
this
real.
is what he tell me.
That's
he's
real.
He's like, nephew, ain't really no help for me. Although I don't believe that. But he said, man, I've been a raunchy nigga in this life. It's like all this shit is kind of like retribution.
Right,
He
so
like,
that's
I got
what we was.
bodies. He like, man, I done
That ain't funny.
took people's life savings. No, real shit. They-
Yeah.
Hey, no, so we was
Yeah.
asking
that
earlier,
nigga
right?
like, man, he like,
Yeah.
man, he like,
Yeah.
I'm in this situation, as far as I'm concerned, because the energy I put out here in the
Yeah.
universe.
But do you think when he asked for forgiveness just to pray, just because you do something, he can just keep doing it over and he can say, well, I prayed to God for forgiveness.
No,
do
that
they
ain't
give you a
hap-
pass to keep doing
that
something
ain't-
over
no,
and
you
over?
can't- no, that
Because you
ain't-
feel like that's
No,
what
that,
they said,
I
though.
don't believe that.
That's
I
what
don't-
they said
You can't
Christianity
keep
is.
doing. You can't keep doing negative.
Well, you gonna get
and
it.
You expect positive. Your outcome to be positive.
So why do they say that if you repent for your sins, you shall be forgiven?
Well, cause the reason why they say
Why
that,
do they say that?
the reason why they say that is because you are forgiven. Because
Tap in, Cletus.
the reason why you are is because that's why that's why he had to die. That was the whole plan. That's why he died on the cross. That's why his blood was shed onto the ground and the ground opened up and all. That's why.
How many
Because
times can you keep saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry?
Right.
I'm sorry.
That's the whole.
well,
sorry.
see, that's
You
the
can't
thing.
keep- you can't
God,
keep-
like I said
can't.
earlier,
I don't
God
believe that.
forgives you. Listen,
No, because
God
he know where your
forgives
heart is
you.
at.
Listen, God forgives you, but the people you do it to and keep doing it to, they don't have to. That's what people
That's the gang guy.
see. That's what people get it confused with.
that's the
Okay,
gang guy.
yeah, that's what people
so
get it
I'm-
confused
so
with.
like
it, you
even
know what I'm
with-
saying?
With my uncle's
He'll
situation,
tell
right?
you when you do some dumb shit. You be
He
like,
felt-
So he disrespected his gang and said, fuck it. He took what he had coming to him. He took like, fuck it. I'm crippled. I'm fucked up. I'm just going to accept it. This for all the shit I did, my dirt. So this my payback. I'm going to just deal with this shit and say, fuck it. I ain't going to complain.
That's real.
That's what he basically
Just
said,
like
right?
that.
All right.
Just like that.
But that's
That's
taking
real.
your shit as a man.
As
I
a
think,
man.
though.
As a
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah,
Come
even
on,
though
man.
it might have been some maggot ass shit, you
He
still
been a
accepted
maggot.
that.
He been a maggot ass nigga,
See,
man.
you got some people
He
that
said
don't want to
he-
accept
Yeah.
that.
But he
When it
Yeah.
happen, they acting
He
like,
admitted it.
oh, why
Yeah.
this happened?
Yeah,
So,
well, it's
nigga,
me.
they got this
Thank
maggot
you.
strong,
Thank
bro.
you.
But that's
Thank you.
strong.
Which maggot shit?
He like,
though?
man,
Thank you.
He said,
But
'cause
which
you know
maggot
what?
shit?
All of the maggot
Well,
shit.
well-
Every maggot shit you did, you gonna get it back.
Dude said,
I'm asking,
this
what
my
is?
uncle,
Give me
man.
something, break
You
it
hear
down.
me? This
What
my
you
uncle, man. He say, bro, ain't no repairing my situation. He like, man, I done robbed, I done steal, I got bodies. He like, nigga,
You
it's
keep killing me when you
over.
said he got the body.
Picking him up.
Facts, though. Facts.
He got
Like,
the
what
body.
money you got?
Where they at?
Yeah.
Over with. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he was able to feel like,
Motherfucking skeleton.
he was like, shit, man, I'm getting what I deserve.
Complete.
Because I've been a dirty ass
He
nigga.
accepted.
Yeah, he accepted.
Man,
Go
man.
ahead, dog.
He accepted.
Well, and that's a good thing.
No,
You
but
had
that's strong, though, to be able to
Yeah.
accept that.
what, and that's what I just said.
Average
You
Joe
gotta
ain't
be
gonna-
strong.
Average
You
Joe
gotta
ain't
be
gonna
strong.
understand
Yeah, you
all
gotta
about
be.
that.
You gotta be strong
Joe
to
ain't
what
gonna
you.
get us.
He lived his life, and how he lived his life, and that's usually what happens. How you live your life is how you end up coming to be your demise in the end. And so
I
he
couldn't
ma-
understand it,
Ain't
though,
believe
but
it.
he,
Ain't talk
when he
that
said
shit
it,
he
I was
want to,
like,
man.
because like,
Ain't looking like we in
I heard a lot of
Come on,
stories
dog.
about
That's
it.
too much, yeah.
Come on, man, you got motherfuckers.
I ain't know him until I got
You
grown.
want to be
You know what I'm
with you.
saying? But
Just be around you, my nigga. You feel me on some real shit.
that nigga like Rick. Man,
Everybody
my aunt,
they hated them people.
family.
They say, you understand what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck, nigga. You understand what I'm saying?
You know, but I got some.
ain't no help for me. Like shit, I done done what I done done, and I
feel
wouldn't accept
Come on.
what comes with it.
It ain't like a nigga, yeah.
Be like, my
Whatever a nigga
situation
go,
is-
we doing the same thing.
My husband was
We
in
gonna
a
be
car
trouble, we gonna do
accident.
the same
But he
thing.
was
We ain't gonna
Christmas-
run nothing
Christmas
else but just
Eve,
what we do.
um,
Yeah, you know what
Christmas
I'm saying?
Eve,
Take us around, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
1999.
We need the ball.
He was in a car
You feel me?
accident, broke his
Yeah,
neck.
we need them. Yeah,
He
you know,
was,
they need to see us. You know what I'm saying?
So
We ain't gonna
it
come
was,
hang, you know.
well, it was actually Christmas Day when the car crashed. You know, Cleveland. You know, it's one day early in the day, it was no snow, but then you know that snow come in. He was in the car with somebody else. They ended up jumping out the car, and he like went through the windshield. He was in the back, went through the windshield, broke his neck. And you know, I was young. I became a hospice wife. That's what they call it when you with somebody and they, and you
And Unc
know,
was still manipulating, cause now he was a pimp. He had hoes, all that. Look,
Yeah.
Went on to Cali, still pimping. Oh, I'm talking about. So he turned his pimp game into the con game. You know what I'm saying? No, just true story.
I feel you.
Just true story, man. He say
I
that.
like that shit, man. That's what
He
this
went
shit
from
right.
being a pimp in Cleveland. They chased this nigga out of here because he had, once again, bodies. You know what I'm saying?
He did, ain't
Dead like a
he? Okay,
motherfucker.
yeah.
Man, you can't keep.
Niggas ain't hit the
Man,
store.
you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
keep.
yeah, yeah, he
Man,
did.
you
yeah.
can't keep
listen,
doing
man.
negative and you think
game.
Yeah,
you don't
no.
have positive.
What's negative
Never.
though? Because they say in the Bible a sin is a sin. Whether if you kill or dark,
Yep.
you understand what I'm saying? It don't matter whether if I cut your neck off or whether
fornication,
You understand what I'm
fornication, all
trying to
that.
say?
But you got enough sense to know what you're doing is
No,
wrong.
but why though? If they saying a sin is a sin though, which
I ain't
Sin,
talking about-
when they
I ain't
say a
talking
sin,
about that.
they
I'm
mean
just
to
saying,
him,
right or
to
wrong,
God,
man.
it's all
I
a sin.
understand
Right
that,
or
but that's what I'm
wrong
saying.
is
Right or wrong, we
man.
know right or
No
wrong.
sin
but
is greater.
You got people
They
thinking
are
that they
sin.
can do that because, oh man, I forgive, man. I said God said He gonna forgive me if I say this. You can't keep doing that shit and God thinking
Well,
God said He was gonna forgive you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man? Or you gonna take responsibility.
You gotta take
You
responsibility.
understand what I'm saying? So if you get caught,
Bottom
you know
line.
you got a fucking
Bottom line.
responsibility.
So,
you understand what I'm saying?
okay,
can't
so
keep
so
doing it,
you
though,
saying it's
using
like
the word of
there
God.
you go. You can't keep doing.
Yeah,
it.
you can't use the
You
word
can't
of
keep
God
doing
in the name of
Yeah, yeah.
why you
Saved,
saying
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You
Yeah, I'm gonna be
understand
saved
what I'm
that
trying
same
to
day.
say?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, you can't use it in vain.
That was just like,
That
you
shit
know what I'm
hit
saying,
right
the
there.
mob motherfuckers, they went to the fucking
I gotta go by the book.
to the
Rick
Catholic
got it.
Pope.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
They
Rick-
went up under the Pope. But they was the
Confession.
mob, but they go and
Confession.
confess. But long as they was giving them dope. they can tell them whatever, oh Father, we sinned and all of this shit, but they saying like, as long as we repent.
And they mind,
Yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say, no, for real,
Right.
You feel me? So now you got people who habitual thinking that, man, I forgave myself and I did this, but at night, nigga, I'm out here surfing at 3 o'clock in the morning, looking to kidnap a bitch. You understand what I'm trying to say? Dog trying to motherfucking come up on some shit like the nigga that was in L.A., that black dude, the killer nigga, the grim sleeper.
Yeah,
He was
right.
a black dude, man.
No,
that
he
nigga
was.
had bodies, man.
He was not yet.
Man, that nigga, because it was during the crack era. So motherfuckers disappearing and leaving for days. He killing them, but he living right in the neighborhood. Everybody know him. He the nice man and all this type of shit.
Hey
You
man, that
understand
was a
what I'm
good
saying?
era though, man.
Man, that was a great era, man. I think we all grew up in that era right
Shit,
there.
I just smoked some
Yeah,
crack.
you feel me?
Yeah.
Nigga, that was a great era.
That shit
man.
happened.
It made
That
it where
shit
everybody,
Yeah.
it made it where everybody can get some money, man.
Yeah.
All
All about your hustle though.
about your
Oh,
grind.
yeah.
And got your grind. You can get some money.
God,
You can
So
get
do
some
y'all
money.
But you
that-
sometimes when you get money, you might be your best customer in the end, huh?
ooh.
Well, it depends
Well,
on how
no,
you get that money.
thank
I'm
you.
just saying that shit usually happen, huh?
That's why you, but
That's
and
rough,
see,
man.
and that's rule number one.
Right there,
I was
like
never
that.
a drug dealer. I
Look.
gave it all away.
Look.
It should happen.
That was
though.
rude.
They should do a 360.
That was-
That's
that
why
was
they
a-
made 360 cameras, huh?
Look,
Yeah.
look, that was supposed to be the number one rule that you didn't use it.
But who play by the rules?
Yeah, but I mean,
Who play by the
I
rules?
mean-
That's the problem with
But
shit.
I'm gonna tell you
like I
my
keep
thing,
saying,
my
like the-
thing was
the game
always
ain't- the game ain't changed.
But
It's just
but
a
listen
motherfucker
at
that's
this,
playing
right?
it.
Crack wasn't the poor man's drug.
nope,
When I was a rich man,
nope,
it's cocaine.
yep, it wasn't.
After Richard
that was
Pryor
like-
burnt up, it was
Yep.
over. Niggas want to do burn
Yep.
up like Richard Pryor.
Yep, sure did. They
You
started
can
doing
Google
that.
this shit,
You
though.
ain't lying. He ain't
He
lying.
made it seem
know.
like it was cool.
No, look.
No,
Listen.
it wasn't. No,
It
that was
cool.
they was doing in L.A. though.
No,
back then,
that's
man.
what they was doing. They did
They
it
was doing
here.
that. All of them was smoking crack cocaine. All of
Yeah.
them. With the
But they was,
They was freebasing.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
had to spend down to 200 on the shit they smoked. But they had 1.5,
You
1
said the
round.
twos.
Yeah, right. They ain't had no straight shooters. They got
No.
the pipe and everything.
Yeah.
just
They had
for
the twos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta spend
These
a couple
motherfuckers went
hundred
straight
on
to
twos.
the and breaking
A
my
guy
antenna.
I went
They
to high school
breaking
with.
my antenna.
A guy I went to
What
high
my
school
antenna?
with.
I had the bitch on nigga that
Yep.
shit got him a 20.
Yep.
Hey, when you say your
He hit you.
radio silent, you keep silent.
Hey, the nigga hit your antenna. What you gonna say? Yeah. I saw a lot of
Yeah.
That's some real shit, man.
I
You feel
swear,
me?
them
So, hey,
antenna
listen,
coming
y'all,
up missing in the morning.
As being two ladies growing up in that era, the 80s and the 90s and all of that shit, right? How did y'all feel about when that shit word came out about women that was strawberries, but them selling themselves for dope?
But it was
For
strawberry.
being a
before
woman, even
then.
though y'all may have not never did that or whatever, you understand what I'm trying to say? Did that put a wrong impression on black women? Because it was only geared towards black women.
Yeah.
They
but-
weren't talking about too many white chicks that were strawberries, even though it was.
It was.
But
Well,
they was
I-
just talking about
Right.
black chicks.
Right.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because I remember the motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie. I had a
Yeah.
couple
I
mean,
of
my
them
whole
back when I
thing
was
is
when I
just
went to You feel me? Play shit. For $20?
I mean, you had people that got
Turn
high.
me
that-
out.
that didn't.
Go ahead, Spud. I'm
There was
sorry.
a lot of people that got high that didn't sell themselves out.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
we ain't yeah. You
It's on the
smoke.
Smoke
level
crack,
of
you
it.
gonna sell yourself out.
Bring
I
the
mean,
microphone towards you.
it's all
You should smoke
see,
crack.
I never
you gonna sell.
smoked,
Yeah,
so-
so, yeah, you can't say that.
I never
Yeah.
smoked
If you
because I
smoke
knew
crack,
of
you
where
gonna
I
get that
came
shit
from.
up.
If I would have started smoking,
You gonna
ooh,
get
I
that
know
shit up. You getting it up.
they'd been waiting on me.
You
They'd
ain't
been
gonna give it up.
waiting on me like, ooh,
That's why I never did it.
no.
That's why I never did none of it because I saw what it was doing. I grew up in East Cleveland. I saw what
I
I
was in
saw it was
Garden
doing.
Valley.
I was in East Cleveland. I
Y'all
saw what
had
it was
rough-
doing.
So I'm in Garden
I was
Valley.
in the up the way, down the way.
But see,
Look.
we was in one little community.
Look, that's what I called it. I called East Cleveland the up the way, down the way because I moved from on the other side of town. You know where that's where I moved from. So to me, you know, growing up over there, everybody kept their little lawns nice and neat. All the grannies was nice, and granny be on the street, hey babies. That's what that was, that era. So that's what that area was. And then I was in the Heights. So when I came down to East Cleveland, Man, when my uncle drove the driving truck down Superior and went right under the bridge right there where the room was at and went under that bridge and the kids threw the rocks off the damn railroad tracks onto the damn U-Haul. I said, where is we moving to? Where is this place? I was 11.
So-
then we get there. Look, then the next morning, we think we going to ride around the neighborhood and, scope out the neighborhood. They done stole our bikes.
Off the porch where y'all had them?
No, they was in the garage. They done stole the bikes.
Oh, they caught y'all slipping that quick?
It was just me. It was just me and my mom. It was just me and my mom and my
Hey,
sister.
did y'all get some
It was
new
just
bikes
me and
right
my
then
mom
and
and
there, or
sister.
y'all had to wait?
No, we got some new bikes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
y'all sport.
yeah. My uncle went and got us some new bikes, baby.
Oh,
we
y'all
got to
sport,
get.
man.
I even got a moped too.
Right.
The next summer, I got a moped. What? 2 summers? What later? Next, I got a moped. Yeah.
Y'all sport, man.
No, I grew up in the valley, so
Okay, so
we was all just
explain
at
to
the
some
top
people
of
who
the
may not
hill,
know
we
what the
was
valley
just-
is. What is the valley? Explain to me. When people say I'm from the valley, tell me what do
Oh
the valley
wow!
mean?
During my
Give me
time, the
definition
era of the
Spur.
valley,
Yeah,
it was
what's
the
the valley?
best. It was the best. I didn't care who got drunk, who got high. We all looked out for each other. I don't care, and we had respect. We didn't just have one mother; we had mothers.
Right, but I'm saying, where is the valley?
Oh,
Where is that located? So people don't
79th
know.
and Kinsman.
So 79th and Kinsman is called the
Garden
valley.
Valley.
It's called Garden Valley. So yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
that's where
during
the
my
valley
era,
is.
during my era, it was the best. We had a lot of professional people came out of Garden Valley during that time.
Okay.
A lot of successful people. We didn't have those that had their downfalls, but a lot of those that had their downfalls bounced back. So
Right.
now you got drug counselors, you got nurses, you have doctors, but these are the people, like I said, that they had downfalls. But because of the support, we always supported each other.
Right.
It was never a thing that you gonna come take somebody's kids. No, because the neighbors got those kids. And the neighbors raised those kids. So this new Garden Valley thing, I tell them if they had the old ways, a lot of us was able to go to school, graduate, and I'm one of them. We had the buildings.
That blank over that way. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we had the
Yeah.
buildings.
Right.
We had each other lived in the building. One would babysit for me while I went to school. When I got home, I would babysit for her. We didn't ever have to worry about if I'm getting home too late from school that your kid's gonna be in the house by themselves because somebody always was there to look out for each other. So yeah, during my era of Garden Valley, it was the best.
Well, see, that's how it was
the
when
best.
when I lived in East Cleveland. When we finally got there, my mother, it was an older lady, lived across the street named Miss Smith. My mother didn't need a camera in those days because if anybody walked on the porch and Miss Smith was across the street and there was a lady, Miss Johnson, in the back. So if anybody even thought they was gonna sneak through the back, she gonna call, and if somebody come in the front, Miss Smith gonna call. But
Right.
nothing got past Miss Smith.
Right.
Rest in peace,
Hey,
Mrs.
go
Smith.
on, that shit,
Okay,
right.
I got to say Mrs. Smith.
If y'all did some
But-
sneaky shit,
yes.
she caught that shit.
She caught it, everything. Not a thing went by.
And also
Okay.
during those times, the respect level was so heavy
Yes.
to the point where
Yeah,
your
it was, yeah.
neighbor can chastise you and
Yes.
take you to your mother and
Yeah.
get smart. You better not.
Yeah.
Because
You
that's
better
a
not.
double ass whooping
Yeah.
you gonna get. So kids today,
Double.
that's a
Yeah,
double
a
ass
double,
double whammy.
a
See,
double
like,
whammy.
And like I
Yeah.
say, with me now, even today, even when I was younger, I was always the one to push the kids. No, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, you're gonna do this. So a lot of them that's older now, they may be 10 years younger than me. A lot of them listen.
Yeah.
And and then one thing I tell people too, even today, I was talking to a young man from the Heartless Felons. And after I got through talking to him, I told him thank you. He's like, well, thank me for what? I said, because you could have told me to shut the fuck up.
Right.
But you didn't, because I hear how y'all are. I said, but because the way you talk to me, it lets me know that there is somebody that you respect.
That's right.
So I seen him later, and I come to find out I know his mother. She was like, my son just loved you. So when I seen him, I'm like, well, why you love me? What is it that I did any different than anybody else? He said, you treated me like I was somebody. He said,
all right.
most people see me, they look at me as being a thug. You never did that.
That's all right.
So, right to this day, if I see him, I hug him. I think I seen him the other day. You in school, you doing it? No, I just got out of jail. Well, what are you doing since you've been out of jail? Oh, no. I said, guess what?
go take your CDL course.
Yeah.
Because even though you got a felony, you
Yeah.
can still drive trucks.
You can.
That all the niggas
Yeah.
I know that's
You can
majority
still
fellas.
drive
Everywhere
trucks.
you gonna get a CDL.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
get your
truck
CDL
drivers.
license.
Yes.
Don't just be out
From
here and
rapists
get
to drug
lost.
dealers.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get lost
Shit.
because
Yeah.
you got a felony. Don't let that stop you.
Right.
So I've always been the type of person to push and
Yes.
make people be, because I know where I came from. You know, and a lot of things I had to learn on my own. You know what I'm saying? But
So when was the age when you first had a child?
I was 17 and a half.
And was your parents, both of your parents was in your life?
My father was killed when I was 6,
Oh,
but my mother
sorry to hear
was that mother.
Okay, so how many other siblings did you have?
I have 4 brothers with my father, and I have 2 sisters and a brother with my mother.
Okay.
But, you know, like I said, growing up in Garden Valley, we didn't have a lot. But I commend my mother with the little that she had.
That's right.
That we never had to go through what she went through. And with that generational curse being broken, our kids
Right.
don't have to go through what
That's
she
right.
went through, or my kids don't have to go through what I went through.
That's right.
You know, because it was all about sacrifices.
That's
when I say
right.
my mother makes sacrifices, I made those
That's
sacrifices
right.
for mine.
That's all right.
So, you know, and one thing I always told my kids, if I gotta make a sacrifice and I gotta give up what I want for me, just don't disappoint.
And they got to do
That's
the
all
same
right.
thing.
And they didn't.
That's all right.
They didn't. Well, you know, I was saying to somebody the other day, you know, they're better than me. My kids are better
Yes.
than what I was at their
Yes.
age. I was still trying to figure it out where they figured it out.
Yes.
You know, and like I say, that
Yes.
comes from a struggle.
Yes.
You know, that comes from a struggle of a parent, especially being a single parent.
Yes. Yes.
No, that's why I tell a lot of mothers, oh, mama can't raise a man.
Yes, she can.
Yes, she can.
Yes, she
Because the
can.
number first thing that she does with her son is teach him morals, values, and respect.
Yes.
So if he respect you,
Yes.
he gonna respect himself. He gonna respect authority and everything else around him.
Yes.
And I'm proof of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I listen to people, and then sometimes they say, "Well, the father they need their fathers." Okay, let me ask
They
you a
do.
question. They need their fathers.
They
Let me
do,
ask, but
but-
my whole thing is this: children do need their fathers,
They do.
Amen.
and a lot of them is in the home. But what I look at sometimes is, what is he bringing to the home?
Yeah.
What is he bringing?
Yeah.
So a lot of
what is he doing?
what is he bringing to the home? Like you got a lot of guys.
He's supposed to be bringing stability and showing them like he's
But
supposed to be a
what I'm saying-
role model.
But a lot
You
of them are
understand
in
what I'm trying to
the.
say? It's like when I was growing up, I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say unfortunately, fortunately, because I did have children. I had them at a young age, but
Yeah.
the thing was, who taught me how to be a father? My father wasn't around, so what I supposed to do?
The mother.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? She
Right.
young, I'm young.
Yep.
What the fuck? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm taking this baby over to my mother. You feel me?
And see, that's what a lot
And it's
of
like,
stuff.
you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But now as a grandfather,
Yeah.
I'm more structured as a grandfather than I was a father. I fucked up. I started off at an early age and I ain't had nobody to really like,
Show
you
you.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Show me what it's supposed to be like, this
Yeah.
what you supposed to do. You understand
You
what
know
I'm
what?
saying?
This is what I did.
And I always thought that money can make up the better. You know, like, oh, well, I got him this.
Yeah.
No, they
You
want to
know,
see.
this is
Yeah.
what I did with my son.
So I don't know, you know.
You know, I always talk to my son.
I feel bad about that,
And
but what
one
I supposed to
thing,
do?
you know, one thing I always told my son is that I never want to see another young lady go through what I went through.
So what was that? Tell me.
Being a single parent, having to raise this
But
child
a
by
lot of people
yourself.
have been with a single parent though, but what's
Huh?
making your single parent more different than somebody else? I'm just saying, just tell me.
My
just
single
like it
parent,
was like-
because I taught him better. Like I tell my son, look, if you go out here and you get a girl pregnant, first of all, don't take that condom off until you're ready to be a man.
right?
Okay, don't take that condom until you're ready to be a man. And when you're ready to be a man, and you take that condom off and your drawers, because I tell them to leave your drawers on.
Yeah, you gotta look at that.
Oh, yeah, leave your drawers on. So when you go out here and you make a baby, okay, that's when you become a man.
But do we know about the birds and the bees?
Oh, I told you, I don't sugarcoat nothing.
Okay, well, I'm
I don't
just saying, so you
sugarcoat
taught him
nothing
about
with.
that, all right, so
I
he should know,
sugarcoat
all right.
nothing with my kids. That's why I
Okay.
said leave your drawers on, because you can get warts. Leave your drawers on. You can still catch some, even though you got a condom on. But when you remove all of these coverings, that's when you ready to be a man. And
So
do
that's
me a-
your son.
That's my son.
So you didn't have any daughters.
Yeah, I got 2 daughters.
So what did you tell them? Because you had to tell them something
Oh,
totally
well,
different.
the same
if
thing.
they was having
Whatever,
sex, what did
but
you tell them? And what did you
the
tell
same
your
thing
kids?
that the same thing
I got
that
a boy
the
and
same
three
thing that I'm
girls.
instilling into my sons, I instill into my daughters.
So what?
Don't
same
go
shit.
out here now. You go out here and make a baby, and this is what I told my daughters, because their fathers, the kids' fathers, are not my sons, so I can't talk to them like I talk to my son. So if you go out here and you get pregnant by a young man, make sure that this is what you want, because 9 times out of 10, you don't know how the father gonna turn out to be. They'll want you until you have a baby. So once you have that baby, make sure this is what you really want.
Okay, so did any of them listen to you, or did they not listen to you?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a grandparent?
Yeah, I got 6.
Okay, so now that you're a grandparent, did you have to actually step up? And
I ain't gotta do nothing for my
you ain't never had to
grandkids.
do none of that.
I ain't gotta do
They
nothing.
always was responsible.
Very.
Oh, well, praise God. for
Very,
that.
very
You
responsible.
know
I
what
don't
I'm saying?
have to
Because
do
you got some
nothing.
that ain't
I don't have
responsible
to
and
do
the grandparent gotta
anything. I don't have to do anything for my grandkids
Yeah, that's
unless
how
I
it is.
choose to. They
Yep,
got
me
awesome
too.
parents. They
That's
got
great
awesome
then, man.
parents.
Praise
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
You know,
because you,
that's a great thing.
I don't want them. I told them. Like my son had just had his 4th child.
Great.
My son got
man.
him four children
he's married,
too.
and I told him, when you get this girl pregnant, she's no longer her mama's responsibility. She your responsibility,
Yeah.
because that's your baby.
Yeah.
You got her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And I always told the girl, if it ever could push a come a time that you and my son break up or whatever, son, you're gonna be a single parent, because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, that's your seed.
Right.
She only carrying it. That's your seed. So make sure that when you get with this girl, you want to be with this girl for the next 18 years, because no other man has no business raising your kids.
Well, my son got 4 kids and 4 baby mamas.
No.
And that's why he is wanna be. His hairline is slowly
Yeah.
creeping back.
Stressing him out. She's stressing him out. She's stressing him out. Stressing him out, eh?
You say what? What he doing?
His hairline is slowly creeping back. Okay.
Yeah, it's
You
stressful.
said, oh man, your son
And it's
gonna hear
not
this,
only
gonna say,
stressful for
Mom,
him.
why you say that? That's
You know, it's not
you
only
know this
stressful for him,
Thank
it's
you.
also stressful for you as a grandparent.
Well,
But
especially
you,
if
you ain't letting it
specifically-
affect you though.
Let me tell you what I
Yeah.
tell them girls. Listen, my daughter that's married with 3 kids and the stepdaughter, okay, because I got 8. I say I got 9 because I got an extra one because my oldest, I say a bonus one because my daughter that's in the middle, she has her stepdaughter. Her husband had a daughter older, before they. So, actually, that's a funny story too, because I told my daughter she was doing hair. She was working in the shop. She had got her license when she was in high school. She always had been doing hair and making money. So she's like, I'm not going to college. Oh, girl, yes, she is going to college. You getting out of here. My oldest daughter was at Toledo. I was like, you definitely getting out of here. You going to school. And she's like, what I'm going to do at school? I don't even like high school. I was like, go meet your husband. And that's where she ended up meeting.
Yeah.
And they together and been together ever since. So, more of the story, listen to your mother.
Yeah, I listen to
Your mama
mother.
know.
Yeah, they listen, and I'm proud of them. I don't have to.
But yeah, my son, I told his baby mothers, listen here, I got 4.
Baby mama something.
I got 4. And I tell them,
Said nothing. They got more than you got.
Well-
You can't rule what they say. Trust me.
no, I don't know. I tell them this. You and my son, you and my son, you and my son made this baby. Y'all made this baby. It's my grandchild. These kids look like me. All of them do. I'm not gonna every last one of them, and they got different mamas too. And this your baby. I'm not telling you nothing about what to do with your baby. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna argue and fight with you
About my
about
grandbaby.
nothing that look like me.
Right.
Nothing. We
Right.
not gonna argue about this. If I
Right.
want to see my grandchild, let me see my grandchild.
grandkids, yeah.
I'm not gonna do this with you. I didn't make this baby with you. I didn't lay down and make this baby. The ones I laid down and made, I took care of them, baby.
Right.
You
Right.
got the son. And
Right.
and no, and I'm tired of these girls too saying you raised him like that. No, I ain't raised him like that.
his daddy was just like that. So he
That's why I
just
go
get it
back
from
to
his daddy.
sometime what you got in your house.
Huh.
though.
Tell him, Cleveland.
And he wasn't even and
Knock the
he
nigga down.
Nah,
no.
knock 'em.
No, I ain't knocking them. No, I'm just look. No, he wasn't raised like that. Yo, you know what I'm saying? He like his daddy. The same thing that you going through, I went through with his father. No, the same thing you going through with him.
Did he teach his son that, or is it?
No, his son. No, he didn't teach his. He didn't teach his son that. What happens is when you not there showing your son, and you not there teaching your son, you showing your son something else. He learning something else. You not there teaching them.
I only pray to ask God
If
for
you
my son
only,
to be a better
if
man
you
than the one
only,
that made him. That's the
thank
only
you.
thing I can ask.
That's all I ever ask. Be better than him. And
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
And you
No.
know what? My son,
Explain to him why you think
my
he
son,
Please.
my son is a better father than his dad was. He spends more time with his kids. He go get his kids. He do the father things with his
We're making them
kids.
some haters, Cleve.
You know.
Yeah, I need to know that too.
But no,
They
I
still
think
like
what
the baby daddy.
no, I think what happened with
I'm
what
just
happened
playing.
with what happened with my baby father, and I don't knock him. I
He
went on,
cheated on
I
you?
went on, no, I went on with my life. We was young. I went on
Yes,
with my
did
life.
he cheat on you?
I mean, he probably did.
Everybody cheat on everybody. So
But
what?
yeah, he
so
probably
Whoopi,
did. I
take-
didn't-
Yeah, don't take it so serious.
Yeah, no, he probably did because I did too. I cheated on him.
I'm just trying to tell you, shit. Yeah, that's what I'm just
So
saying.
he
You know
probably
what I'm
did.
saying? Boo?
I hope he
It's-
did
it's a
because
tit for tat.
I hope he
That's
did
what it
because
is.
look,
Yeah.
my mother told me one time when I did the first time I ever got cheated on was my oldest daughter father, and guess what she said? She was like, "It's gonna be a bunch of them. Get over that. Stop crying. Have your baby." And bounce back. You ain't dead. You just had a baby, okay? And it's gonna be another nigga. You ain't dead. It's gonna be another nigga come along. If you keep on sucking over this one, you ain't gonna see the other one that might
They
come
got a
along.
lot of them for you.
That's gonna thank
It's
you.
like with women and men.
Exactly.
It's both. It go
And
both ways.
Yeah.
That shit go both
Yeah,
ways.
it do. And so she told me don't pick it up. And then after I had
So
that
what you
baby,
feel about that,
and,
Spud? Though, how
and
do you
another
feel
thing
about
I
that?
like about what my mother did, and you right, because I never used to say nothing bad about my kids'
I don't talk
father.
bad about him. Nope.
Because
You ain't got to. They gonna
because-
find. They gonna
Because-
find out
because-
themselves. Yeah, you
because-
ain't gotta say
And that's
shit.
both ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Both ways.
Man, come on.
And my mother taught me
but
that
once he,
too.
but
My
once he
mother
become
taught me
a
that
man,
too.
he gonna understand some shit too now.
Exactly.
Mama wasn't all,
Exactly.
yeah, you know what
Well,
I'm
no.
saying? Yeah,
Guess
she
what?
is mama now. Don't
Guess
get
what?
yeah.
Guess
Yeah,
what my-
it's two of the
That's
motherfucking
what-
relationship now. Yeah,
Guess
you
what my
know?
son always thanked me for? For just not keeping him away from his dad. When his dad picked him up, he was good, put together, his haircut,
Oh, you just
everything.
wanted to make sure
Ain't
that-
got to do none of that.
You just gonna make sure
my
that
son,
you show the nigga.
I'm not gonna.
nigga,
you know, I'm not gonna. No, because some women and they
send
do
them out
this.
with their worst clothes
yeah,
and everything, so you can
shoes,
take them
suits,
shopping
yeah.
and all that shit.
I
Like,
ain't play them
goddamn,
games.
But when
My
you do
son, my
that, you
child
just send them
represent-
back. You go buy them some shit and send them back the way they was.
Yeah,
so
but
when
she
you
gonna
come
do it
back,
every time.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the smart
She
shit.
gonna
You always
still-
bargain
Yeah.
with a motherfucker. You know,
Yeah.
it's
But see-
simple. Yeah,
but
you
see,
know what
that
I'm
to
saying?
me-
Yeah,
to me
send it
as
back
a
the same
woman-
way. What you thought? Yeah.
When a woman do that, I don't look at the man. I look at the mama.
Fuck you thought.
And I didn't want nobody looking at me like I'm taking care of my
like that,
kids.
they gonna kick it like that.
And I want them to take care of my kids.
So you
Okay?
send him over there,
That's a
messed
good
up
one,
hair,
Yeah, same
dirty
way.
clothes.
Yeah.
You might take
Same
him.
like
My
same
son-
way.
look.
We going shopping. We gonna be
Hey,
clean
son,
as a
this is
motherfucker.
here
We
when you
kick it
come
like a
back.
motherfucker.
One of my
Put that
boyfriends was
shit
a
back.
barber.
He
My
already
son lined up
to it.
used to be
He
like,
gonna be mad
clean
like daddy. I
like-
want to put this. You know what I'm saying?
his daddy used to have to go get
Make sure-
fresh and get his haircut to kick it with him.
No, that's wrong shit though.
Man,
He used to have to. He pick him up. My son be so sharp. He got to go get sharp. He got to go change his clothes. My boyfriend was a barber. My son line up used to be clean
No,
as
but
hell. When I
what he
tell
said,
you,
though, that's some raw shit.
That's some raw shit, ain't
What'd
it?
he say?
He say his son. He might pick his.
Not
well,
my son,
his
but I'm just saying
in
people
general.
in general.
In general.
Yeah, yeah, not my
Yeah, somebody dropped the female dropped her son off to his daddy on some dirty clothes, nappy head, this, that, and the other. So bam, okay, well, when I get my son, I'm gonna take him shopping. You know what I'm
You don't
saying?
kick.
Haircut, woo, woo, woo. But when your mama come get you, you ain't taking this new stuff.
Yeah, you sitting back just
You
like
got the same way.
Yeah,
Put
you
this shit back on.
Yeah, put this shit
Yeah, put this shit back on.
That's petty. See, that's petty. That's too petty. Who got time for
That
that?
ain't petty.
It is.
No, it ain't. If you
coulda
sitting
let
like that.
You could have let him wear the one pair of
No.
shoes
Oh,
back
no,
in the
no,
outfit.
we
You ain't about to play no
back the way
game.
he
No,
is.
you're
you
sitting
come
back the
back,
same
He gonna
way.
send him back every time.
That's how that shit go. Don't do no other way. That's how she wanted it. If she was, she would have gave him some new shit to send him over there in.
Yeah. How about that?
It's simple arithmetic.
Yeah, see, I don't like. See, and that's what I said when I see young women, because that's my son, baby mamas was doing that for a minute, and I did just what he did. That I told my son, but see, my son is like me, and my son was like, no. I'm not gonna send him over there back looking. I'm about to throw this shit in the garbage. My son, I'm not even donating this. I'm throwing this away.
They got it.
You know,
They already know sucker for love.
Well,
They
no,
already
he's not
got
a
it.
sucker for love. He
But
just
he
don't
don't
want
want
his
his
son to be.
He's
He just
sucker
don't
for
want
love.
his son to
Hey,
be
Devin, he's
looking
sucker for
crazy
love.
like that.
I understand what you're saying though,
See,
but he's a sucker for love.
No.
Hey, he's a sucker for love.
The love of his,
Hey,
the love
Rick,
of his
a sucker for
child.
love. Every time he fell for
But
that
now
shit.
with his,
He
but
knew
now
better.
this, look, but now he
And
know
she
better
shoulda
now
told
though.
him.
Look, no. But
She
now,
shoulda told him.
but look, but
Yeah,
now,
send him back the same
nuh-uh.
way.
But
You know
look
what?
now
Hey,
though.
don't argue with him. Send him back the same. What they gonna say?
Listen, but
He
now
went
though.
with his daddy. He looked the same way.
Look, but
You
now
right
though,
good.
my son don't be on that. He take his stuff and he buy his stuff and he put, have them together. So then when they do send them over looking like that, like he said, he just take it off of them, put them on something, and now he do put that back on them and send them. He do
Yeah.
just to prove to them.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I told him
Yeah.
stop playing that petty back
It
and
ain't
forth
petty.
because you
It
keep
ain't
doing
petty.
that. Who in the
It ain't
end?
petty.
Why would you send your kid to?
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that either.
You know why?
I don't know.
That's
I
just
think that's
trifling.
just,
Yeah.
I think that's just a really
That's
messed up
trifling.
person, and you just on some real weird shit. I'm not gonna use my kids to be petty
Right.
in a pond to be petty
Right.
with somebody because
Women
really,
do that now.
you really want to
The
get
child
under
gonna
her.
suffer
You
in the
really
end.
thank you because you really want to just trying to get under my son's skin
Right.
doing it, and you
Right.
want him to say something to you.
Right.
They want my son to say something because they want that type of attention, so they want to keep going back and forth with him and getting some type of attention because he really just like a nonchalant type of dude. He just like, all right, whatever, okay, cool. He like that.
You be feeling like, oh, I ain't gonna be this kind of dude, but you been and got in a relationship and then.
Well, when that love, when you get scorned and that heart, when your little feelings get involved and you get them emotions in there and all.
Well, I'm the one. All you got to do is cheat, and I'm gone.
Yeah, that's
I ain't
me. I ain't
wasting
got
no
time.
time.
I feel like
I
this.
ain't
If
going
you
through that.
cheating,
There's too
just
many
keep-
diseases
let-
out here for
yeah.
that.
Y'all gonna be going every other week.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Well,
That's
no,
it.
that's why I've been single.
No,
And
right,
that's
and
for 3 years,
and I'm okay.
and I'm good.
Yeah.
And I ain't had sex with nobody, and I'm good. I ain't had sex in 3 years. Over 3 years. It's been over 3 years.
good. Yeah,
that's
and I'm good.
That's good.
And somebody said, well, don't you get, no, I
You got
don't.
toys.
Yeah.
No, I ain't got toys.
I sell bags.
No,
I
I
got
ain't got
bags of
toys.
toys. At
I ain't got
Green.com.
toys.
I got
No, but I ain't got toys.
See your fingernails, cause you might.
Yeah, no, I ain't got toys.
I'm just-
I ain't even got these fingers to play with, and these my nails too.
They got
These
remote
my
control
nails,
shit.
too.
No, I got the remote control shit. Just open up and the motherfucker go in.
3 years.
Yeah, that's
And it
too
come on
weird.
out
I
there,
saw, the,
mother-
I saw the thing where the lady had it on the draw, had the dildo on the draw.
I
That
got
was
the remote
sliding
control.
out. What? That is crazy. Yes, over 3 years. It's been more than 3 years. Yeah,
That's good.
and I'm good.
Yeah.
Look me up on my website,
good.
though. I got them remote control.
But it's mental.
It is.
Okay.
It
Why
is.
you punishing yourself?
I'm not punishing myself.
Yes, it is.
No, it ain't.
No,
No, it's
I feel
not.
so
You gotta
good.
release.
No, it's not.
No,
Not really.
I
They
feel
ain't found
so
Mr. Right.
good.
Well, no, I ain't
I
saying
feel-
you haven't released, cause you might have been released.
Man, a lot of stuff come
You
with
ain't even got
you
to
don't
touch.
need it.
Sometimes you don't have
Stress.
to touch on yourself.
Yeah, sometimes you don't.
You say sometimes
No,
you don't.
no,
Not to release.
no.
We having
I mean, 'cause sometimes you can just
Yep.
reminisce.
Yep,
By yourself.
yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna reminisce.
I got enough memories. I got enough. If I don't make enough for the next 10 years, I'll be good. If I don't have sex for the next 10 years, I'll be good.
I ain't even. It's like
You know,
now
we sell toys
when
on that.
Okay.
it's like now, and I know.
The bag. We got
I remember
bags
my
for that, you know.
I remember my
right,
aunt telling me
right,
this
right,
too.
right,
Like,
right.
it's gonna get a time in
I
your
got
life
y'all.
where
Cool.
a man is not gonna just look good to you. He's gonna have to stimulate your mind. So when you get to that point, then where you gonna be if you know
That shit
where you
gotta
gonna
be
be
both
if
ways.
you still just out here just running around?
You want demands, but
You know?
same demands. Yeah.
I ain't got time.
You can't be this. You can't. I could not see myself at this big old age just running around calling men.
begging.
Hey baby, what's up? Let's go. No, I just could not see that.
But you shouldn't have to do no shit like that. But if you, that's some thirsty ass shit though.
But
Yeah,
3
they be
years.
doing it.
3 years
Yeah,
on
they
the
do it.
streets and not having sex.
But see, sex is not like
It's
you know what I
mental.
found out too
It's
when I started
mental.
because I went to therapy. So what I found out too was, and I found out about myself, and I thought about it, and I thought back, and I really didn't. There was times in my life where I was with a man that just was just sex crazy. So I was just having sex with him to keep him happy, so he wouldn't go cheat. I wasn't even sex crazy.
Yeah, I like that in you, though.
And I was, you know what I'm
Why
saying?
you like
I
that,
was
Hannah?
doing.
Why you say that? Cause
No,
what?
because
Because she was satisfied her man.
No, she was fulfilling her man's needs.
Yeah, yeah, and I
what I'm
was,
saying? 'Cause you know that's their job.
yeah, and I was going,
You gonna get some backlash about that.
No, it's the truth.
They
That's
gonna
their
say
job,
job.
though. If
Well,
that's
no,
your man,
if that's your man,
they don't
if
say
that's
part
your
of the job, they
husband.
gonna say
Well,
that
no,
the
well, see,
job
it was
is
my
part of your-
husband. It
your
was my
wifely duties.
It was my husband. I ended up marrying him. He was my man first, but
Really,
yeah,
she
and then
won't-
I realized that once this is what happened. This is really what happened. What happened is he got into an accident. He broke his neck, and he could not even have sex. So that's when our relationship. By then we was married. So then now you can't.
You worthless.
He can't even have sex. So
You fucking worthless, huh?
well,
Just
no.
say this shit. You
Well,
was
no, no,
worthless.
no. What happened? He wasn't worthless, but what happened
ain't
was,
broke.
yeah, he wasn't. No, because what ended up happening was, and that's how God works. Because after a while, after he started getting healing and everything, and started getting therapy and started going through everything, his penis did come back. And yeah, his penis did come back. And so, but what ended up happening was, and it just go to show you that when you're dealing with a sex addict, so when his penis did get back, I got it back. And like I said, but this was after the fact, because he ended up cheating.
What's the sex addict though? Because he wanted it all the time.
Yeah.
Like what? What's all the time to you?
All the time to me is all the time. If you just always thinking about it, sex is always on
Maybe
your
he was
mind.
attracted to you like that, and you made him aroused like that. So
Well,
if your
no,
man-
because
if he
it
attracted
wasn't just me though. So yeah,
See, that's my thing.
He was
right there.
addicted. Yeah.
Yeah. So then what ended up happening was, so I had to go to work. He's, has to be.
doing this one
Yeah,
too.
he had a little freak over. Yeah.
No, he didn't have a little freak over. It was the nurse. The nurse.
Oh, because she had to come and check on him.
He paid the bitch.
Because
No,
got
he
fucked
wasn't
up.
paying her
What he
because
was doing?
I was paying her because I was
Okay.
the one that
Oh, you
had the
paid for
job.
it.
So
Okay.
my
You
insurance
paid
was
for it.
yeah.
Okay.
So
You
my
paid
insurance,
for it.
yeah, my insurance was paying for the nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
had a double up.
yeah.
A double. Yeah.
So look. So
He said
listen.
a double.
That nigga's
But
a
listen,
joke.
but listen. So what I told him when I found out, because how I found out was now this is the bad part. This is the really bad part.
The real part.
This is the real.
part.
This is the no. This
No,
is
this
the
is
real
real
bad
part.
part.
Yeah.
No, this is the real bad part
Okay,
about
let
it.
me
Is
hear
how I
this.
found out. So I found out because
No,
my daughter, 5 years old
Funny as
at the
fuck.
time, my youngest daughter, 5 years old. Didn't know your son. Yeah, 5 years old. Tells my friend she's over my friend's house. Spending the night with her daughter that's 5, and her son had got caught getting, fellatio from a little girl. And so my daughter says, and
My friend and her 80-something-year-old grandmother is in the room, and her husband. My daughter just casually just says, "Yeah, guys must really like that." Because when the nurse be doing that to my dad, he be like,
Oh,
Dang.
so
Yeah, he
yeah.
ain't really had no polish. His
So-
daughter should not be known.
ever see
Nothing
that?
Yes.
Mama said she like
that.
daddy doing this shit. God
So,
damn.
You crazy.
but you know, thank you. So
What
you,
do is like,
thank you.
his daughter
Thank
should
you.
not never be able
Exactly.
But he
Say-
thought, but when you think one way and that
Exactly.
shit turned out to be another way too now. Cause kid's smarter than the average bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but man,
She's
so-
smarter than Yogi
Yeah.
Bear.
But the
Yeah.
thing is,
Yeah,
like,
that's-
she
ain't
should
no
never
thing to
be
that
able
shit.
to
See
say, like,
Thank
my
you.
dad
So,
She-
be
she-
having that
she-
jaw.
she-
so when I get home, so when I get well,
You
so when I
mad
go
than a
pick up my,
motherfucker.
so when I go pick up before I go, well, no, I'm not mad. So no,
You
what
angry.
happened was no, well, no. What happened
angry.
was no, wait a
You
minute.
angry.
So before that even get to that part, so my friend where my daughter is, she calls me and she says, because her grandmother like, you got to tell her that.
Right.
You got to tell her. Her grandmother, 80-some years old. She almost gave the damn lady. My 5-year-old almost gave her a heart attack saying this. And so
I'm really laughing.
so I go pick my daughter up. My friend like, yeah, we're gonna go. Let's go take them to get ice cream and go to Aurora Farms and walk around or whatever. So I'm like, you know what? It's a nice day. Okay. So we driving. We right there. We're right there, right before you get to 480 and 422 and 271 right there, and that we right there. And she says, her daughter says, no, I can't tell my mother. She gonna be mad. And her daughter says, you can't keep a secret from your mom. You have to tell your mom. And I said, wait a minute. I tell her mom what? And my friend, I look at my friend, she like, and she was like, Jordan, she tell her daughter, you have to be quiet. And I was like, no, you don't have to be quiet. Tell me what? Tell me what? And my daughter says, no, you gonna be mad. I said, you better tell me now. She told me, I had an expedition. I turned the expedition around on that right in that little berry, right in the middle of that 271. Made a U-turn, jumped right back on, went down Cedar, went straight to my.
Did you jump on the nurse?
Yes, I did.
Why would you jump on the nurse?
Yes, I did.
See, that's
Because
what I'm saying. He jumped
because
on the
I
wrong
couldn't beat
person.
him up because he in the wheelchair.
Should've pushed
Shit, his ass would have been
Shit.
pushed down.
I threw some water in his face.
He
I threw some water in
Hey,
his
he done
face.
tried to
You
catch
gonna
the
say you
brakes on
jumped
that
on the
baby.
nurse.
I threw some
you
water
gonna
in
say
his
you
face.
jumped on the nurse.
Yeah, because you don't do that. You don't shit where you sleep. You supposed to. This man got money. He got a credit card, a van, everything. Bitch, you could have took him anywhere to suck his dick. My baby shouldn't have had to see that.
No.
It's not about what
No,
you do,
I
like you
agree
just
with
said.
you.
It's how you do it.
Yeah, I
This
agree.
nigga wasn't broke. They could have went to the hotel. They could have went to a suite.
Well, yeah.
How he
but
was gonna
the-
get out? You said he was handicapped.
the
He
bad-
was in a wheelchair.
The
He had a
only thing-
wheelchair handicap van.
Hey,
But
look,
she
He
could take him
wasn't-
outside.
Thank
She was
you,
allowed
yes.
to. No, I'm saying she was
Yes.
allowed to.
Took him in the van.
Yes.
Hey, look, I don't want to sound.
They could have went in
I
my
don't wanna sound
garage.
silly,
He could have his
but
van
I'ma
set
sound
outside.
silly.
They could have went
And I'm
anywhere.
Just a kid, but I'm gonna sound silly like.
They could have went anywhere.
Only thing I think he done wrong was he shouldn't have let his daughter see.
Thank you. That's why I
That's the
said
only
that. That's
thing.
why I beat the nurse
I mean,
ass.
he should have been all right. It should have been all right for him to be able to have that jaw.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Better have Lord in mind.
Hey, Rick,
You know what?
Rick, man, that was a.
I just see that out there. I'm just kidding.
Nobody.
Hey, Rick, man.
You know what?
Hey, man.
You know what?
Only thing I'm saying.
Like
I'm
I
kidding.
said,
Oh,
I
man.
probably, I would not have reacted the way I did had it not been
Definitely
for the
your
fact
daughter.
my daughter saw it and it was in our house.
So now
Because I
next-
felt like this ain't no broke man. This ain't no average. He
So I
wasn't
got
no
another
average.
question.
He wasn't no average little handicap dude. he had some
I got
money.
another question.
He had credit cards and all kind of stuff, so she could have just easily just
No,
got in the.
this question right here gonna mean a lot. How was you putting your jaw on him? Your husband.
I was. I just told you I was doing all kind of stuff. I was dressing up. Only thing
so
where
I'm
I
mad
draw
at
the
your
line in.
I
Only
am,
thing
I'm
where I
mad
draw
at
the
your
line
husband.
in.
I'm mad
Only
at
thing
your
where I draw the line at is ain't nobody coming in my bedroom. No man or no woman.
Yeah.
No, none of that.
Yeah, I
It's
got you.
just me and you.
Right,
That's that's where I drew the line
Yeah,
at.
I'm mad at your husband then, especially if you've been handling your business.
Yeah, I was handling my business, working, and taking care of you.
Yeah, I'm mad at him.
And taking care of you.
Where that
And
nigga
taking
at?
care of 4 kids.
No,
He
where that
dead.
nigga at?
He
Oh.
dead.
I want to dig his ass up.
Why you want to dig him up, man?
No, because
Baby, he ain't know though,
But
bro.
he disrespect. No, he disrespectful.
But I'm just saying,
He got a
man.
wife. He disrespectful.
And I stayed. And I stayed with him. I stayed with him. You know, the crash. I left out there. He was with somebody.
I forgot you said you was the reason
He was
why
with somebody.
he was able to get back up.
That's why. I told him. I said, God gave your penis back because you had a young wife to satisfy. He did not give you your penis back to have sex with other women. So when that happened and that was it for me. And we did separate. And while we were separated, he passed away. And his family was very upset because we ended up with all the money and
Nigga, you
everything.
let your daughter see
But oh well.
you getting some joke.
You earned it.
Y'all crazy. That's
Yeah.
some fucked up shit, man. Listen, man.
You earned it all.
Well,
I ain't got no husband, so I ain't.
At the CLE, where you at? At the CLE, man. We gonna have to take a commercial break, man. We gonna have to take a break, man.
I want to know how you feel about that, bro.
Break.
Because if the wife doing everything she wanted that she need to be doing,
We gotta take a commercial break. We do, bro. I promise you.
no, because
We
we
at the CLE,
need some
y'all.
thirsty motherfuckers, man. Yeah, you know what I mean?